Hi, and welcome to Karen's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making one of my very favorite soups, mushroom and barley soup. I may be introducing you to some ingredients that you're not familiar with, so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to start with is the trio that I always use when I'm making soup. I have a cup of onions that's chopped, a cup of celery that's chopped, and a cup of carrots that's chopped. I cut my carrots very small because I want them to cook evenly, so all of these are about the same size. So first you start with about a tablespoon, and you know I don't measure things, of olive oil. And then I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to put in my vegetables, and I'm going to saute them for about 3 to 5 minutes so they start to soften. I don't want them to brown, but I do want them to soften. The carrots and celery and onion have been sauteing for 3 minutes, and now it's time to add the mushrooms. I have sliced the mushrooms, and this is 1 1/4 pounds of mushrooms. And then I'm gonna saute them, and in just a minute or two, I'm gonna put the top on and let them sweat out some of the liquid that will be in the mushroom. And that will give us a base to our mushroom and barley soup. So it's been about another 3 minutes, and I let the mushrooms cook down. You can see how much liquid comes out of them. It's really quite a lot of liquid that comes out of the mushroom. And now we're ready for our last 3 ingredients. This may be one that you might not be familiar with. It is mushroom broth. It's organic mushroom broth, and I use it in this soup, but if you are vegetarian or vegan and you don't use any kind of chicken broth or anything, this is a great substitute in a vegetable soup or minestrone soup, anything that you don't want any kind of chicken broth or beef broth or anything. It's a very earthy flavor. It's delicious. And I'm going to put 2 quarts of the mushroom broth. Just 2 more ingredients. This may also be one you're not familiar with. The brand is called Osem, and it is kosher, so if you have access to a kosher department or a kosher store, that's where you'll find this. And I only really use it for this soup, so I keep it in my freezer. And I'm gonna use 1/3 cup. I've made this so many times, and I kind of know exactly the amount that I like. 1/2 is kind of too much for me. About 1/3 cup, and then you just stir it around. And it really gives it an additional flavor and depth to the soup that wouldn't be there without it. Really, you would miss it. And then you're gonna bring it to a boil. And then the last ingredient is gonna be the pearl barley. So I've got just pearl barley. It's organic, but any kind that you can find. It comes just in a box or in a bag. And as soon as this comes to a boil, we'll add it. It's 3/4 cup. And 30 to 45 minutes later, when your pearl barley is soft, your soup is ready because everything else is already cooked in it. So as soon as this boils, we'll be ready to add the final ingredient. This is a very easy recipe, and it is vegetarian or even vegan friendly. It freezes well, and it's a crowd pleaser. It makes a lot, and I think you'll enjoy it. So our vegetable broth, our mushroom broth and vegetables are boiling. I'm gonna add 3/4 cup of the pearl barley. I'm gonna stir it around, and then we're gonna turn it down to simmer and let it cook uncovered for about 30 minutes or until the pearl barley is soft. So there we go there, and turn it down a little bit. And in about 30 minutes, we'll come back and check our barley. See you in 30 minutes. Well, it's been over 30 minutes, and our pearl barley has been allowed to cook and soften, so I'm gonna turn the soup off now. I'm gonna give it a stir. You can see how thick it's gotten. And I'm gonna serve it up. Thanks for coming to Karen's Kitchen. I'll see you next time. Bye. Enjoy.